What's up, everybody? It's your girl Q1, and I am back with BMF Season 4, Episode 8, Death of Hope. Before I start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video I drop. Y'all make sure you like the video so your girl can stay in rotation. Also, a couple of things I really want to clear what's happening this weekend. So, tonight, Ready to Love returns. So once that airs, I'll give y'all a pre-recorded of Ready to Love. Tomorrow, I will be going live on my channel for the first time for Love and Marriage Huntsville. I'm really nervous, but I got this. I got this in the bag, okay? And then Sunday, y'all, don't forget I am on live over at the Black Girls Den podcast to discuss somebody's son. So we'll kind of talk about the entire season, okay? That is it. That is what's happening this weekend. Yeah. So without further ado, BMF, which I'm not sure, but I think we have 2 more episodes, I want to say. I don't know. But we just gonna do the doggone thing, okay? So y'all, the episode started with Tina, Maria, Meech, and Terry. They're, just wondering where Purdy is. They think that she went back to Trail, of course. Y'all know, because Trail was her pusher, and she failed. When I mean failed, she relapsed. Anyway, Tina let them know that since Trail was her abuser, that's really familiar to Purdy, and it's easy for Purdy to go back, and Maria co-signs that, right? So then Terry disagreed with Meech on helping Purdy. He has been like this entire episode, you shouldn't have helped her. She's a druggie, and I get what Terry was saying, but good. You have really decent people out here like Meech. Like, he not fully decent, but he's decent enough not to turn a blind eye and to really kind of help. But also, dealing with people with Meech can be tricky, because at the same time, it is still for his own personal gain and his personal pockets. So that's all I wanted to say. Anyway, so we see Raw Dog packing, y'all, because y'all know he getting ready to head to Atlanta to help Meech and Terry with Purdy, and in the studio. So Nicole goes to his room, tell him, listen, I miss you. And he was like, I'm going to be back soon to build up. He said, I'm going to be back soon to build a crib and spoil a baby. Nicole was like, nah, you leaving me with her. This is crazy. Okay, she didn't say that. All right. So Raw Dog was like, listen, that's your mama, and she loves you. So kind of just go easy on her, cut her a little slack. So Nicole was like, cool, I got it. It's her you need to be worried about. That's the one you need to be praying for, right? So in the next scene, y'all, Purdy did go back to Trail. The first thing she tell her is what she learned from Trail, and what she's been taught, that she ain't shit without him. And that's the first thing she said to him. I ain't shit without you. But I think Purdy also was telling him what he needed to hear so she can get what she can get. So she said, I was wrong for leaving you, and I ain't shit without you. And she just wanted a little hit. He tell her nothing ain't free, of course. And so you have to give him what he needs. So, of course, y'all, she hit the knob. And that was that. This is absolutely the toxic codependency, abusive relationship between a pimp and a hoe. Like, I feel like not Meech. Trail was really Purdy's pimp. That was it. He was the pimp. She was the hoe. She just had talent. All right. So Meech and his crew bust into Trail's house because they figured, we gonna go to Trail's house, and we gonna get Purdy. We gonna bring Purdy up out of there, right? So when it came into the house, you see the camera, it shows like the drugs all over the table, so you can see the lines of cocaine that, and maybe the lines of the cocaine that they had been doing last night. Anyway, he wake Trail up, And so Purdy tells Meech, hey, don't hurt Trail. Of course, y'all know the abuse gonna try to protect her abuser. It's just the way it is. I don't know. I've never experienced that, but that's what happens. So y'all, Meech tell Purdy like Trail is the enemy, not me, right? So Purdy was like, I need Trail. Meech was like, you don't need him. That's those drugs making you feel like you need him. You don't need this nigga. So Trail then gaslights Purdy and tell her, he don't love you like I do, right? So Meech then says to Purdy, this ain't love. He tell her, you too smart to be believing this bullshit. I know you don't believe this. Trail proceeds to tell Purdy that Meech don't know what love is. It's just this whole thing, and Purdy just in the middle, and she don't know, like she's trying to figure out what to do while this whole exchange is going on. So Meech then tell Purdy, listen, the world needs you. They need to know who you really are, and as a hip hop artist who has something to say. Now, I get why he said that, but it's still for Meech's personal gain, but I get what he was trying to do for Purdy. Like I'm really not knocking that. So at this point, Trail tells Purdy that he loves her and that he's proud of her. Oh, okay, so the love bombing, so he can, wing her in, because that's how you wing her in. So we found out that Purdy didn't start using until she met Trail. He got her to start using, and that's what she told him. She was like, I didn't start using until I met you. And oh no, I'm sorry, she didn't start using until Trail started giving her drugs. And so she was like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to tell the world who I am. And she left Trail. She left. So of course, because he's the abuser, and he's one of those people, if I can't have you, nobody can have you, something is sure to happen, right? And I did put a little note, and my note said, if I'm gonna be a little honest, Meech and Trail are both using Purdy for her musical talents, but Meech is willing to try to save her in the process. But y'all already know how this goes. Purdy gotta want to save herself. She gotta want to be clean, and if you can't, that's a waste of your time, that person's time, and whoever else is trying to help her. It's exhausting, right? So we see B Mickey. He still want to get his revenge on Meech and Terry. He want to finish the job that he started. And Aisha tell him, listen, doing all of this eventually will drown you. So we have the money, the baby's good, so let's just stop while we're ahead. Y'all know B Mickey not even gonna let up, right? So y'all, I'm gonna just say this. Maria is a beautiful girl. She is. But when I say y'all, her voice irritates me. Like, I be like, girl. Ugh. Anyway, Purdy came in the door. And I guess my question is, why did y'all put that wig on Purdy? I just was looking at it. Like, if I ain't see nothing else, I saw that wig on Purdy. And it just looked like they sprayed some black, some black stuff to kind of darken the front. I was like, girl, listen, I don't wear a wig or nothing. All I have is these locks. I can't say nothing about nobody. But what I'm saying is, that wig was a mess. So, y'all, Nicole walked into the kitchen and she see all of these groceries sitting on the table that Pastor Lucille is putting away. She asked Pastor, like, hey, did you find the money? She said, sorry, y'all. She asked her mom if she found the money. Found the baby shower gift from Terry. So Lucille Lucille lied to this girl and lied to the girl and told her no. Why? Nicole told her Terry said that he gave her cash, but she hadn't seen it. And so she said, Lucille, no. I was like, oh my God. So Nicole peeped all the groceries. Y'all know Nicole ain't crazy. So then Lucille told Nicole, like, you never raised a finger to pay a single cent of rent or any bill for that matter in this house. It all falls on me. Everything falls on me. The fridge is full and all you need to do is say thank you. So Nicole leaves out the kitchen. She didn't want to argue. Nicole let me just go. Lucille walked behind Nicole and was like, thank you. Thank you. Just like at this point now I feel like you antagonizing her. Because not only you look good, your hair done. I mean, and when I tell you it was snatched to the gods, she had her little curls to the side, and I think she had a French twist. Like in New Orleans, we called it a French twist. All right. I said, I know you lying. So for me, once again, just got an opinion. Like, Lucille, like, how you gonna steal this girl money? Because I know welfare ain't paying you like that. Like, y'all, she used this girl money to pay a portion of her tithes at the church. And I mean, even like looking at her outfit, her hair, Nicole said it was flowers and expensive magazines. And I'm just like, girl, you doing too much. Like, to take the girl's money wasn't necessary, in my opinion. I also feel like if you would have handed her the money and had a conversation with her, I don't think Nicole would have been like, no, you can't. Like, I just think sometimes it's just a matter of asking. It wasn't your money to take. I don't care who house it was funneling through. It wasn't your money to take. It was a gift for her. This girl is having a baby. So I just thought it was selfish, and I really thought that it was the audacity of Lucille trying to deflect. And at this point, Lucille just kind of worked on my nerves. I was just like, Lucille, please go pray for mercy somewhere, because you're doing too much, right? So in the next scene, Meech and Terry are arguing. Y'all, when I tell y'all I'm so over them arguing, we need to figure out when they are going to disconnect and do their own thing. Like, I don't think it's in this season. I don't know if they're renewed for a next season. So hopefully we'll see that in the next season. I don't know. But all I know is this is crazy. Anyway, speaking of crazy, in the next scene, raggedy ass Markeisha meet up with grimy ass Boom, and apparently she's working with Boom to get a connect, so she can be the next something. I don't know, but Markeisha needs to go. She is a pain in my ass. Her and her husband. All right. Anyway, Raw Dog made it to the aid to help Meech and Terry with Purdy. Y'all, I actually, okay, let me say this. So the scene last week with Terry and Raw Dog, I enjoyed it, because you don't ever really get to see those scenes between Raw Dog and his boys. So then you see this scene with Raw Dog and Meech, and Meech bought Raw Dog 3 guitars. Like, he named one Foxy Brown, I want to say Melinda. I forgot what he named the other one, and I could be wrong on the Melinda, but he named all 3 of those guitars. And the one thing Raw Dog did say was, being here gives me purpose. So I really don't know what's like the story on their lives and their parents and their sister. I don't know like the real true story. But I hope, and I'm not sure how this is going to change for as far as this record label, with Purdy being unalive. Well, y'all know Purdy is unalive. With Purdy eventually being unalive. Hold on. So I don't know how this storyline is gonna move with Raw Dog and his music, but we'll see. We'll see how all of this move. Anyway, I thought the moment between him and Meech was nice. He realized, he was like, me and you haven't talked in a while. It will always be tension, but they are in a good place. Separately, he's in a good place with all of his kids, even Lucille. I'm hoping that what's going on with Nikki, I'm hoping that actually change her and Lucille and Nikki's relationship. Anyway, so LaWanda is over at the Flannery home. She's with Nicole and they're folding baby clothes, trying to get ready for the baby to come. I need to know how many months is Nicole. Like this happened way too fast. Like what I was saying, this is the fall, this is winter. Like production for me really dropped the ball between Nicole's pregnancy and the timeline of everybody's story. Anyway, so she tell LaWanda how her mom is stealing and disrespecting her. She told LaWanda that her mama stole her money Terry gave her. LaWanda confirmed that Terry did give her that money because she personally brought the money to the shower. LaWanda tells Nicole how she noticed the way Lucille treat her versus the way she treats Terry and Meech, and it is totally different. She's harder on Nicole than she is on Meech and Terry, right? So Nicole says she's been like that my whole life. Nicole somehow feel responsible. She feel like she let her mom down, but it's not the other way around. Where like I feel like Lucille, you're letting me down. So LaWanda didn't tell Nicole to decide what type of mother she's gonna be when her baby comes. So Nicole was like, well, LaWanda, can you pray with me? So Nicole said the nicest prayer. She asked for forgiveness. She asked for strength, moving him in the right direction, healing, all of the things. But the last thing she prayed for, and LaWanda just, after she said amen, LaWanda just looked at her. Nicole said, please let my baby be a boy. And that says a lot. That says a lot for her to think that my kid is going to be treated better because he is a boy. That's a lot, right? We get to the church. Lucille is dressed to the 9s, the 10s, and the 11s. All right, she's showing out for the 99 and the 2000. Hair did, nails done. All right. So everybody looking at her, walking, she's speaking to everybody. Hello, how you doing? Good morning, welcome. And so the congregation, just being a black congregation as it is, judgy, messy, just all of the things. Okay? And so apparently, she wasn't. She had a meeting with the elder. So early on, she was at the church, and then she ended up having a meeting with the elders. So the elders are questioning her $2,000 donation. Of course, anything Lucille bring in a chunk, they're gonna always think that it came from Meech and Terry. At this point, does it really matter if y'all was on her for not bringing in anything? But now she brings in something, and now everybody knows. And see, this is another thing. How does everybody know if it's 3 of y'all? You bastards are messy. It's 3 of y'all. Y'all was the only 3 that knew about her donation, her tithing. Y'all decided to share that with the people amongst the church. This is why. And that's all I'm going to say. Everybody, you can tap in and you can be like this, that. If you know me, you know me. And that's all I'm going to say. When it comes to me and the Lord, that's my guide. But when it comes to me and his people, because honey, Whew, Jesus. And sorry, y'all. I, anyway, they tell her about her, the way she's dressing now, her purses. They want to know where it came from. Why in the hell do y'all need to know where my money came from? If my kid was a football player, would you be okay with that? It doesn't matter where it came from. It just matters the fact that y'all just still trying to find something on this lady who has not really taken anything from her sons. Granted, she stole the money. She shouldn't have. That was wrong. But you browbeat her to tithe. You guilt her into tithing. She actually tithes, and now you're questioning her on where her money comes from. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. Personally, this pisses me off. Lucille tell him that it was a miracle from the Lord, and now the elders want to discuss her position as the pastor, and they will get back with her. So right now, Lucille is being put on pause, and I say that that's really messed up, right? So in the next scene, we see Markeisha and Boom. They meet with Giovanni. So we still got Laz down at the interrogation room with Detective Brian, and he gave them the info on a stash house. And he wants Laz to wear a wire so they can, at the album release party, so they can get Meech. So in the next scene, we see Terry calling Markeisha. I'm like, this dummy, this nigga's Markeisha will always and forever be his downfall until somebody take her dumb ass out. And so she tells him about the same connect that's in Texas, which is Giovanni. And I thought her and Boom was supposed to meet this connect. Like, I really don't understand how she's moving. Y'all, when I tell y'all this lady is a whole snake, and Terry is just as dumb. Like, you letting what's happening between this lady's legs just throw you off your game. I'm sorry. I just... Ugh. So, Purdy was, sitting in her room for her album release party, and Trail sent her some drugs, so he sent it in a box, and he always have it in his little thing for her. And I wouldn't have trusted. I especially how she ended things with Trail. There is nothing I would have taken from him. Like, I literally wouldn't have taken anything from him. So she takes the drugs. She takes 2 hits of the ski slope. She actually get on the stage to do her she's her testing out the mic, practicing or whatever, and you could tell she's high as Medusa. Okay, hold on, y'all. So at this point, she is high as a kite, right? And so she fall down again, and she OD'd again. So Raw Dog went up to her and was praying for her. It was a girl who was the bartender over at the club. She, told everybody to get out the way, and she performed CPR on her. And it looked like, isn't it that girl Sky Jackson or Sharp? I think it was Sky Jackson. So Keisha, y'all remember Lucille was the one who stepped in for Pastor Keisha while Keisha was out dealing with her mom's passing. And so Keisha comes back to the church, and the first thing she tells Lucille is, we heard about the gossip of the large tithe from her. And I was just like, okay, but are y'all gonna give Lucille her damn money back? No, y'all gonna use it. You gonna talk about her for putting the money in, but you bastards won't give her money back. Like, listen, I'm on Lucille's side on this because I always have a lot to say when it comes to certain things. Again, that's a conversation that I have to have between me and the Lord. He know me, and we be having chit chats. Okay, so Lucille said, "You know what? I'm tired of being broke. Am I supposed to starve while feeding the congregation?" And Keisha told her yes. And I tell y'all, I absolutely disagree. Ain't no way I'm supposed to deplete myself. There is no way I'm supposed to lack. I'm supposed to lack. Meanwhile, I'm trying to feed everybody else. I don't know if heavy the head that wears the crown. I don't know. Because yeah, no. No. I feel like your personal flock comes first. You have to take care of those things. You're asking this, you guys asked this of this lady. She told y'all about her financial situation. Y'all already side-eyed her because of her kids. She has nothing to do with those boys. What they did was what they did. That has nothing on Lucille's calling. Then she give y'all the money. Again, said it earlier. She gave y'all the money. Y'all still tripping. But again, my question is, are y'all going to give this lady her damn money back? Absolutely not. Y'all gonna funnel it for the church building, or for the, what they call it, the building fund. Baby, the way I would have been flipping that accounting room down out in the back of that church. Give me my damn money. If I ain't good enough, if my money ain't good enough, I'm out of here. All right. So Pastor Keisha told her that the flock believed the drug money came from Meech and Terry. And technically it did, but it technically was not for Lucille. Lucille used it to, so they can get off her back over here. She also bought herself some clothes so she can look the part as the pastor. Again, if she was looking raggedy, then y'all would have something to say, right? So Lucille felt like, listen, it don't matter where the money come from. The church was, so Lucille was like, listen, it don't matter where the money come from. So apparently the church was going to out Lucille, but we found out that the pastor decided to stand back in as the head pastor, back as the pastor of the church. At this point, Lucille felt betrayed. She was like, oh, Joe, she said Jesus had his Judas. Now I guess I got mine. Now, Lucille, hold on, girl. Because you cannot get mad. Okay, the word said, what you do in the dark, come out to the light. Okay? And we not going to act like that money didn't come from your sons. Okay, don't lie. You lying. And that wasn't your money to give. That was Nicole money that you gave. Like, that wasn't right. So what you did wasn't right either. What they doing ain't right, and what you did wasn't right. And if you couldn't handle the job, because you kept trying to handle this job, and if you couldn't be and play the part of and be the part of the pastor, whatever that looked like, then yeah, you should have just stepped down. I'm sorry, y'all. But I will say this. Lucille really is dealing with financial trouble, and y'all, this is where we are taught to suffer. Okay? Y'all wanted this lady to find the damn money. She gave y'all the damn money. Now y'all gossiping. First of all, because, like, I thought that was supposed to be between her and the Lord. Not you three bastards, the pastor, the old pastor, and all the rest of the little bastards sitting in the congregation. All right? The people always ask which sin is greater than the next, and neither. Okay? But again, my question is, are y'all gonna get this lady her money back? All right? Because me and a secretary in the back will be back there scrapping. Give me my damn money. In the next scene, Purdy didn't make it. Why? Because Trail Jazz put something in that girl, and them drugs. So Terry gets up. He's aggravated. He was like, this is why, we didn't want to do this. We should have just stuck to the plan, and basically that's just sell drugs the regular way you wanted to do this. And I'm just looking at Terry like, sir, have some compassion. Y'all, when I tell y'all Terry is so made for me, I can't. So, here comes Detective Brian, another biz naive, right? Just talking all kind of noise. It doesn't even matter what he say. He just gloating in Terry and Meech's face. And then we see the SWAT the SWAT team raided all of the stash houses, right? And then in the next scene, Trail's bodyguard, the big dude, told him that Purdy didn't make it. And he said, with her ungrateful ass, if I can't have you, nobody can have you. Girl, when I tell y'all these, it's like, y'all gotta watch these people. Y'all bet her watch these people. I like, no indeed. So Terry was like, listen, I'm not canceling her album release party. I just want the world to know who Purdy is. I get what Misha was trying to do, but at the end of the day, it turned into one of those memorials. It kind of turned into a low-key memorial for Purdy, right? So the bartender goes up to Meech. He was like, my name is Ashley, and I'm the one who gave her CPR. My mom was a nurse. I have four I have 4 brothers and sisters, so I had to learn about CPR. So I don't know if this Maria gonna get the boot, and this gonna be some type of love interest. I don't know. Okay, we gonna find out. So Laz, he's sitting at the bar, shaking. Legs is shaking because he is nervous because he's wired. Because y'all know he needs to talk to me so he can get something on that wire. He tried to talk to him about the stash houses. All right. He walked up to Meech and was like, I need to talk to you about the stash houses. But he was stammering and stuttering. And he was like, you know what? I can't do it. Meech was like, what? Like getting frustrated. Like, what? Say it. Laz was like, I can't do it. And so he makes he was like, you know what? I got to go. And he left. But before he left, while he was sitting in that chair, B. Mickey watched his entire move and knew what was happening. Because, of course, that was B. Mickey sitting in that seat last season, right? Not in a seat technically, but just in that same predicament. So B. Mickey goes out to follow Laz, and he was, like, hey, I'm one of T's boys. I'm from St. Louis? Detroit. I'm T's boys from I'm one of T's boys from Detroit. Like, what's going on? So he tell him about Detective Brian. He was like, let's go take a ride. Laz was like, I don't know you. And he was like, I'm cool. Just kept trying to, tell Laz, like, I'm cool. Knowing he not. Like, anyway, we seen that when Laz walked out the door, he dropped the wire. He took the wire out of his pocket, dropped it, and threw it down, which I don't think he should have did. He should have just broke it. But B. Mickey picked it up and put it in his pocket. So he asked Laz to ride with him. So they riding around. He was, talking to him. He was like, they talked about Detective Brian and how, he was like, I was in the same situation as you was. He's just trying to reassure him that I can be a friend, but really B. Mickey is a foe. All right. So back at the Flannery house, Nicole water broke. And I just need to know how many months is Nicole, because she was screaming. She was calling her mom. She was like, Mom. Lucille came upstairs. And at this point, I saw the compassion in Lucille's face. And so she was like, I think my water broke. Lucille looked down and saw the water dripping from Nicole. And she was like, it's too soon. And so she was like, I know. She said, your bags are packed downstairs. Let's just go ahead and head to the hospital. And then, we jumped to the next scene. So B. Mickey was like, listen, and basically just, again, trying to reassure him. He was like, let's just pull over. You want to smoke? He was like, yeah, I can use the smoke, Laz. I can use the smoke right now. Laz is nervous. So he was just trying to calm himself down. Now, while they was in the car talking, Laz told B. Mickey, you know what? I'm going to be upfront with Laz. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be upfront with Terry and Meech about the wire, about Detective Brian. I'm just gonna let them know what happened. And so they get out of the car. B Mickey start the light up, and I'm sorry, Laz start the light up, and B Mickey lit him up, and that's where the episode ended. Yeah. That's all I got, y'all. That is all I got. Okay. This was fine. I think for me, what aggravates me the most is the whole money situation, the tithing situation, where the money come from, the way Lucille was treating Nikki and like the storylines are pushing along. I just, wish that there were some things that production would do just a little bit better to kind of tweak it. But it's all good, y'all. So I will bring y'all Ready to Love, the continuation of Ready to Love starting tonight. Okay? And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.